way. You would take opportunity attacks from Ninja and Orange. Not Orange because he's frightened. Thank you. He's turned. So you would take one opportunity. I mean, you could technically go 10 feet. You could probably make it around Leaf or around Ninja. Um, you want me to look it up real quick? Because currently, she and Leaf and Ninja would be the ones you would turn. Unless you want to get closer. So I'm going to have Leaf, Ninja, and our Queen make a wisdom saving throw. What's your spell attack? Yeah, but his DC is based on his spell attack. It's like 10 plus a spell attack. It should be on there if I did it correctly. If I didn't do it correctly, we could just say DC 15. You know, he's level 6. I do. Let me just ninja. He's going to fail. Um, she cannot be frightened. So she's straight up just going to ignore your yeah. Yeah. As far as these thralls though, these thralls man, that's already she's already got a condition. We're just gonna have to remember. I'll just write it down. Ninja is turned and Leaf is also turned. I have it written down next to their names, so we should be able to remember. So the paladin walks up and basically calls out to Tyr and frightens the two thralls, um, Ninja and Leaf there. Yeah. All right, and then we'll go to your cleric, which is back here. She is roughly 25 feet away from the nearest thrall, 35 feet away from Ninja, and 45 feet away from the Lich Queen. If they take damage, yes. And she would know that. Not like per turn, but like you can cast it as like a lot of times cantrips are you don't have any spell slots for cantrips, correct? Yeah. Yeah. Leaf, she's only 25 feet away. Or they're only 25 feet. All right. Yeah, that's a bread and butter for cleric, yeah. All right, give me the spell attack for that. And it should say somewhere on there what her spell attack is, but I'm not 100% sure I did that. There we go. Yeah, well, that would be your your DC. So what would your attack be? +3 at that point? +3, +4. I just want to make sure. Let me pull up. No, we're looking for spell attack. It should be somewhere on that character sheet. I don't know. Let me open up a new tab real quick. Silver Flame. Paladin here. Sister K. Did I not? Yeah, I guess I didn't include that because I was so worried about the mace. Just attack at a +4. So roll a d20 and add a +4 for that for spell attack. That should work. That's gonna hit. Yeah, that's gonna hit. That's huge. Yeah. 13 total against Leaf. Yeah, I think it's radiant damage. And is it? Let me look up. No, there's no. There's no. It's just resistances and immunities that it's got, so it doesn't do any extra damage, but it does do radiant damage. All right, so it takes 13 and is no longer turned. Okay. All right. Yeah, technically you can. You could do bonus and a move. That's what you got left. So she could run up a little bit more if you want. She could do. I don't know what she's got for bonus. Let me see. Yeah. Pretty limited. Might just get a move out of it. That works. She's reassuring the Waterdeep Deviant guard that they're there to help and that they're going to put an end to this evil. Yeah. All right, we're going back up to blue, which is blue's dead. Let's get him out of the turn order. So now it's Rana Vox, which one was Rana Vox? This one, yeah, the cleric. So what does Rana Vox do? What's her move? 30? Where do you want to move her? Right up front? Good. All right, let's move her right behind that chair then. So now she's 5 feet away from the paladin, so she'll get a +2 to her saving throws, +3 to her saving throws, and you're 15 feet away from the Lich Queen. You're 10 feet away from 2 Thralls. Yep, you're 10 feet away. At the start of their turn, or is it when they step into it? Step in or start. So like when you move up to them, so they've entered. Yes. So what am I rolling for them? For real. I think it's a wisdom. Check that one more time for me. Yeah, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. And that's pretty much how it is on in Baldur's Gate. Like when you move in there, they take the damage. So I'm gonna roll. So what's your wisdom save? I gotta beat a what? What's your spell DC save? We gotta find that out. $14. Oh, that's a 2. And that's a nat 20. So we got two ends of the spectrum. So Leaf takes the damage and Ninja takes half. All right, so what do we got for damage there? Roll some die. Man, I just summoned these, she said. He's out of it. Do some mental calculations here. So Leaf takes 12 damage. Damn. He is barely hanging on. That sucks. I just spawned him in. So half of 15. So half of 14. All right. Gosh darn it. You guys kicking ass. Thought I could outnumber you. All right. That is Ninja's turn. Guess what? He's no longer turned, and he's going to attack you, Rana Vox. You jerk. 17 to their AC for Rana Vox. All right, he's going to take 1d10 plus 2 years. Take 9 bludgeoning and then 1 necrotic. All right, Leoban. What you got going on? Okay. Oh, that's a drag. He's a dragonborn. I forget. Yeah, we should definitely say that. So he sprouts some wings up. How far can he fly? Put him there. Yeah, and he doesn't take opportunity attacks because he's flying. All right. Yep. Yep. Bitch queen. Only a 10. She's gonna laugh at that. She just like holds up some magic and just like an orb in her hand and it deflects off and onto the ground. Anything else? I think that's it. A move, bonus, and an action. You got 2 actions for attacks. All right. Show us what you got. Ooh. What's that gonna do? So what kind of special shit you got, LeBron? So so you're gonna add 5d8 to your attack. Okay. So this is just like you're like, I'm gonna hit you. Oh, that's gonna hit. Yeah, that's gonna hit. That's all right. Mm, a +4 to your attack, isn't that? Plus. Yeah, so you definitely hit. Then what? Okay. What does that look like? Okay. So they're just spewing poison everywhere? All right. So 30 feet, 5 feet. So no one else gets it. That's good. No one else gets hurt. But she gets the full brunt of poison vomit from a lizard man, from a dragon dude. She's gonna meet. She rolled an 11 and she's got +2, so she rolled a 13. So she takes half. Yeah, spend another superiority die. I think you can only do it once per round. But I could be wrong. It wouldn't change the save. It wouldn't change the save. So she takes half damage on what you got going on. Two D10 poison. All right. So yeah, she spins out of the way just in time. Like half her body is just like drenched in poison damage. Like her whole left side is just like drenched in like poison spit. And she's not very happy with you, Dragonborn. You will join my thralls, and I will march you across these lands, she says. All right, Brunera, it's your turn. You got Pink up here. Remember Pink? All right. You're going to smash. Wow. Yeah. Just barely. All right. If you hit him again, you're well into the meat of things. How much? How much? Oh yeah, yeah. How do you kill this guy? Yeah, that's good. It's good enough. Yeah. Yeah. Go towards red. Got it. All right. You're standing in front of red, flanking him with Lucian trying to get to him. That's it. Force Gray Scout. Which one was he again? He was the one in the bushes. He's in the flowers. Yeah, what does he do? Ha. All right. gonna hit. You did. You did. 4d6 plus 4. Dang. He's dead. Yeah, and he lumps down in like up backwards over a chair and falls onto the ground. I got my initiative. Don't worry. I'm running my own initiative. It was pink, and I got pink down here. Yeah. 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 All right. Green is anything else? Do you want to do anything else before we continue on? Their first Gray Scout. Sure. Roll me a stealth. You remain seen. You are not hidden. You're just standing in some flowers, holding them up. All right, now it is green, which is facing Lucian. You are going to. How far away is Brunera? Okay, so we're gonna do something new. Two people are 10 feet away. He's going to let out a putrid putrid whale. So it's like ah. All creatures within 10 feet must succeed a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned until the end of your next turn. And you will still be affected and take disadvantage on your attack rolls, but you won't be poisoned. But roll me, just give me a roll, and if you don't save, you'll take disadvantage. And Brunera, give me a roll, and if you don't save, you'll be poisoned and have disadvantage. Constitution. You are poisoned and you have disadvantage. Lucian's constitution is stronger, so he manages to cover his ears as this thing gives off a wail. He kind of saw it coming, taking a deep breath, ready to scream, and he dropped down and positioned himself to where he could cover both of his ears, and suffered the little bit, but it was okay. Brunera, though, you just take this wail, and it reminds you of like funeral wails combined with like just like the most like putrid grief you could imagine boils up inside you, and you get sick to your stomach. You are poisoned until the end of Green's next turn. Oh wait, no, end of your next turn. Sorry, end of your next turn, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls until the end of your next turn. All right, all right. Quinric. He's gonna call down lightning on Green again. That's gonna hit. That's 2d10. Let me double check what that is. Yeah. 6. So yeah, he's gonna take 10 lightning damage. Green is gonna take 10 lightning damage. And then Quinric is going to wild shape into. See if I can find some animals. Um. Yes, it's the one that did the whale. Yes. Creatures and monsters. Here we go. I need to find a dog. Yeah. No, a big dire wolf. Do I have dire wolf here? Dire. Is there a wolf? Wolf. All right. So he transforms into a dire wolf. Make him a little bit bigger so we can see him here. And he's gonna run right in. We'll just put him off the map for a second. He's off to the side. He's a wolf now. All right. After Quinrick, we got Lucian. Holy shit! So yeah, you call Tyr down, and his light parts through the storm clouds and lights you up, and you get this yellow glow around you. And as you lay your hands on yourself, you just get yourself healed back up. Yeah, you're there. Yeah, that's pretty good. That pretty much negated a couple slams. That's for sure. Okay. So now you got one attack. You got one attack and one bonus. Yeah, we'll let you attack green with the mace. You're not looking too good anyway. 13 meets. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Is it more than 10? Is the damage more than? Tell us how you kill that guy. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Lovely. After that display, we have Nimin, who's this fire is no longer there. Just letting you guys know. We should have gotten rid of that a while back, but what do you got going on, Nimin? You haven't moved. Not that that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying you're still where you're at. No, you're like hiding in the corner, shooting people with crossbows. Yeah, that was good though. That was good. Since yeah, are you gonna move to shoot? If not, you're gonna take disadvantage. You have to get corner to corner, so you'd have to move here. All right, yeah, you would know that you'd risk shooting. Like if you did that and you botched on a disadvantage, you'd be hitting Brew with an arrow. You're a master of tactics. And that's red that we're attacking here. So let me get his health up real quick. That's gonna hit. Red. Okay, so he's gonna be tripped. Red is prone. Well, you better make sure to roll all the dice you can. That's it. Give us your character sheet. Holy shit. How does that kill him? What does that look like? Because you shoot him to trip him. You go through both legs and just take off both legs. He flails on the ground. Dead, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That works. That was red. All right, let me take him out of the turn order here. You're slowly chewing through them. Anything else? You got a bonus action before you're done, or are you going to call it there? Either Brew or Lucian. They're kind of... Brew's up next in your order. You mute? You would roll straight, yep. It would help. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, purple is turned. And correct still? Correctly? Purple turned, yep. And it's now the start of his turn. Is there anything that I can do? Do I get to roll to be not turned? What's going on with this? This turn for 10 rounds. Holy shit. You guys. All right, he's going to run. I'm running. Opportunity attack from Leo Bend for purple. Yeah, that was Malara that did that. Yeah, so he might not have seen it, but he just sees a wild thrall running, pushing past him to get it as far away as possible. He'd probably take the attack. Yeah. Give me a roll. That's gonna miss. All right. Well, that's still his turn. And after purple is Blur. Blur enters the chat. What's Blur getting up to? I think I did. It don't matter. I think you just looked up a displacer beast. I think they got 30 movement. If I'm not mistaken. Most things are pretty well stuck around 30 to 40. Unless they're like get giant form and then they can run 40 feet. Move down to spell cave. This cave spellcaster. Boo's seeing something out there. Yep, 30 feet. You need to chill, dude. So that copies himself. You need to chill out. You're freaking me out. Yeah, the guys killed all these guys. The closest enemies you have now are all the way down. Yeah, I mean, you guys fucking are cleaning shop with your allies. I wasn't expecting you guys to get so many allies, but you did the role play, so we're swinging with it, you know. Hey, all right, I need to get down in front of Lucian. Okay. Yeah, you see two blurs roll up on you. All right. Anything else? Leaf's going up next. Leaf's gonna attack the guy in the bush. 24. Does he got anything special? Pretty sure he doesn't have a 24 AC. All right, and I'm gonna roll my die. He takes 12 bludgeoning. What's evasion? You take 12 bludgeoning damage and you take 3 necrotic. Yeah, if you could keep track of your HPs. I know it's a little much, but all right. After Leaf is Force Gray Arcane Agent down here at the bottom. What do you want her to do? Let's see here. Ninja's alive. Leaf's alive. Right? No. No. Wait. Yeah, all these guys are alive, but purple and orange are turned. Who are we attacking? Yep. You can move over here and do corner to corner. Yeah, that would be. Yep. Spellcasting mod versus my AC. You're gonna hit. How do you hurl a firebolt at Leaf and you don't even need it. He he had 1 HP and he's gonna burst into flames. Yeah, like a candle. Yeah, yeah. Uh, After Force Gray, no, after yeah, Malara, yeah. You're way up here. The only one alive around you is yellow and it's running away from you. Um, yep. You can get next to Blur. All right. 10 rounds. Guys in your 10 round bullshit. We're only on the fucking fourth round already, and everyone's turned. As you guys are fighting and going on, you are seeing like almost like a shimmering rift in the sky, and it's the same kind of portal essence feeling that you got from when they called upon the Lich to just talk to him. So this queen is using aspects and powers from the Lich, but she is not like she's just like, like a just another pawn, in his grand scheme. So you do see like this giant rift in the sky, and the longer she's alive, the larger this rift is becoming. And she's just maniacally laughing, looking at the sky, and she's like, "It's all too late. You're all too late. This will be your graves. He is coming. The King of Bones is coming." So it's now Yellow's turn, and he's turned, isn't he? Still, yeah, he's turned. Another 6 rounds, so he's got to run away from Malara, right? Yeah, Malara's down here, so he's gonna run. He's gonna run away. Yeah, he's gonna be the only thrall left in Waterdeep. Um, and that's his turn. Orange. Is Orange turn too? Orange is turned. Where are they? Oh, this sucks so much. And he's turned by this cleric, right? So he's got to run north. That's difficult terrain. So he's gonna make it not very far. All right, top of the order, we got Lich Queen. What do we have? We gotta pull something out of our fucking butts. She's going to use her legendary action Soul Siphon to absorb the soul of Leaf nearby, and she's gonna regain some HP. She regains 10 HP. So let me throw. Leaf, yeah, she targets a dead creature that's been reduced to 0. She absorbs his soul, regaining 10 HP and forcing all nearby undead to heal 5 HP. So purple within 30. So purple, leaf, and orange all regain 5. So okay, purple is got. No, Leaf is not back to life. But Ninja, Orange, and Ninja's dead, isn't he? Yeah. Why doesn't he have a That's right. So purple and orange get 5 HP from that legendary action. And now she's going to I think yeah, that's so much. That's almost too much. I feel like just a good old fashioned blighting might just happen. Might have to happen. Um, how far away? Range 30. How close are you guys? Hey, Malara. know I love you, right? 21 to your AC. You're gonna take 8d8. Yep. Okay, so let me get my calculator. Let's see what we got. Yep. Oh wait, yeah, you must make a Constitution saving throw. I forgot. Okay, so you're gonna take half this damage. Oh my god. One more. Hannah, you take 25 damage. That's already halved. You would have taken 50 damage had you not. Your moon will not protect you from my blight. Your goddess shall wither and die with the rest of you. All right, that's going to be her turn. Now we got the Paladin. Got Palidad over here. What we got going on there, Lucian, for your second Paladin? What would you like to do? I don't know if you might be muted. I can't hear you. That's all right. That's all right. Yep. He's going to enter an occupy or a square that is next to purple, but they're turned, so they're not gonna do anything about it. Yep. Right next to it. Right next to the queen. Two longsword attacks. We got it. I know, me too. It's a slog tonight. This is the biggest battle I've ever ran in our campaign and ever in a long time. So, uh, she is medium undead human, lawful evil. Yeah. So she's technically now that since she's wearing the crown, she is technically undead. But she does have resistances against slashing from non-magical weapons. So those are not magical weapons. So she'll take half damage from. She'll take half. I think it's damage resistances. Being I don't is resistance half or is resistance none? Let me look. I'm pretty sure it's half. Yeah, it's half. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna hit. She's wearing glamored silks and an unholy ward. You're gonna hit both. So give me the damage on both, and then we'll half it. Okay. All right. That's all gonna be halved. Yep. Well, divine smite is what? Is that's radiant? Yeah, we'll half it because it's still slashing. It's just the smites added on top. So 21 damage. All right, that's still quite a bit. I mean that pretty much double negated her heal factor that she just did. Okay, so next on the turn order is your cleric. She's Yep, that's you again. Yep, you get to just keep on going. The sacred flame. She's 25 feet away. I'm sure that's well within range. Yep. So, yeah, roll me an attack for that. That's at a +4, so roll d20 and add 4. All right. Oh, you're going to hit. And that's not halved because uh it's radiant. 8 points of damage. All right. She gonna summon a spiritual weapon. What's she summon? Yes, it is a magical weapon. Yeah, so where would you like it? All right, I fucked it up. Trying to get this. This is the magical mace. I had to draw it. Boop. There you go. For its initiative. Yeah, I can't remember how that works. I think the magical weapon gets its own initiative, but I can't remember how that works. Let me Google. You do it. Okay, and that just goes on your turn. I'm assuming that's a bonus action. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Um, 4. Yeah, I think it's 4. 5 total. All right. Yeah, I'd assume it does. Summoned item like that. All right, Ronavox. You are muted. Get you there. We're still listening. Chill out. You could probably stand there. Yeah, let's put you there. 15 feet. That's easy. Purple and her and orange is alive and yellow is alive, but he's running way far away. Near you is the Lich Queen and orange and purple. Oh, that's right. They all have to make wisdom savings because you've got spiritual gardens, spirit guardians. All right, that sucks. For me. So let's do purple first. Purple's gonna fail. Lich Queen's going to botch. So purple's no longer turned, and she's going to fail. And how far away? What's the radius on it? 15. All right, so it's just her. Okay. So yeah, they both fail. What is the damage for both of them? Orange is, but purple is no longer turned. They're turned for like 10 rounds. So you just basically nullified my thralls in 2 moves. The cleric. Yeah. Yeah, Aura of Vitality is no longer there. What's your damage there? 9 for purple. All right. 9. Okay. 8 for her. All right. She's starting to look a little bit bloodied. Yep, the Lich Queen. Purple's within reach, and she's also within reach. So you. It's gonna miss. About time, you guys. Jeez. All right. That's gonna hit. Shit. Let's see how much damage we do if they're still standing after this. She is so fucking surrounded. You destroy that thrall with your warhammer. Okay. Leo Ben. That's you. Gotta sit up and pay attention. Okay. Hit the Lich Queen. All right. Yeah, she's going to use her shield, I believe. She's gonna, as a reaction. I'm pulling it up now. An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects them until the start of their next turn. They have a +5 to their bonus to their AC, including against the triggering attack. So how much was it altogether? Was your attack? It was 20. So let me see if you break through her shield or not. Nope. Rude. So yeah, she's going to just like a dark bubble envelops her, just like darkness around her. Like says invisible, but we're gonna flavor it. It's necromancy. So yeah, she's gonna cast shield as a reaction to that attack. All right, she's got a +5 to her AC. So no. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is that how it is? Just one. So 28's gonna hit. Okay, 8 damage. She's definitely not looking good. She's surrounded and she's trying to use all of her magic to keep from getting bonked. And there's a goddamn dragonborn here. You okay? She's still got a +5 to her IC. Roll with advantage. It's gonna miss. It's gonna miss. It bounces off her dark necrotic shield. After that, though, guess whose turn it is? It's Bruce. It's your turn. No, you guys have slaughtered everything. Uh, what do you got? What do you got going on? You could move. You could. Well, you can't because it's difficult terrain. You can move 30 feet, and then you can occupy the same. You could stand in the crowd. Is basically what you can do. Yeah, yeah. You can occupy the same square as him, but you're just like it took a little bit to get in there, and you can still attack though. It's gonna miss. Yeah, you bounce off of her shield with your war axe or whatever. All right. It's going to miss. No, she's got shield up. She's not even threatened. Force Gray Scout. Up to 30 feet. Let's see where we got here. No problem. So. I shadow step with a boink. Yeah, it's like a multi attack. Okay. Applied sneak attack damage once. You meet the shield. So the first hit, I imagine, just like bounces off because she was expecting it, and then you kind of like sneakily slide. You're like pushing as hard as you can. You push through the shield and get a hit on her. That's what you get. That's what you get. Damn. All right, Quinrick is all the way up here. He can. He's gonna run an attack orange and bite. He's going to miss. All right, Lucian, it's your turn. Yeah, you can easily run. Yeah, you just like step over blur and then just smash orange. All right. And now Quinrick will get advantage on his next attack because he's next to you. Quinrick has pack tactics on his wolf form, so now that he's next to you, he gets advantage on his attack. Not really. There's a lot. There's people in the way. She's completely surrounded. There's no open squares. Not without killing some wedding attendants. You know, like yeah, yep, yeah. He had some HP left, but he was still pretty hurt. So we'll see if this wipes him. Yeah, you wipe him off the board. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's good to know. I'm just gonna take him off the board completely. That way, she can't siphon his soul. Yeah, that's good to know. I think it's 30. Not. Let me double check. Green is. All right. Nimin. No, you've taken a move action. I'm gonna leave you there. You let go of them. It's like chess, you know. All right, Nimin. Well, you can move 30 feet, so it shouldn't be. And this is gone because he's. Yeah, get up on another chair. And we're attacking the queen. Yeah, that's gonna meet the shield. Yeah, you can feel like a rhythm and it's swirling, and you catch it just as it's like swirling around, and you manage to guide a bolt right through. God, holy shit! Um, hey Nimin, that's exactly how much HP she had. She had 24 hit points left. You split the crown on her head, and the bolt goes into her head, and the shield drops. All the thralls drop. The darkness kind of around the whole area kind of. All right, I've got something for this. All right. So yeah, as the fires dim out and the last of the undead lie still, um, you guys are just. It's the end of it's the end of the battle. You know, you still got ringing in your ears, every like the clanking of swords. Um, yeah, sorry, I'll just start over. The ringing in your ears fades, replaced by the crackle of torchlight and the ragged breaths of the survivors around you. Uh, this whole entire area of the House Morin estate, it just like it's it's now decrepit and ruined. There's like shattered marble in the buildings from like getting stray, fire bolts and whatnot, and you just have the stink of burnt, undead flesh hanging in the air. The crown's fragments smolder still where they fell, and anyone who's close to him hears faint whisperings curling from him like smoke before fading completely. Alessandra's body is just gone. Whether consumed by her own magic or spirited away in the chaos, you cannot say. All around you, allies are fanning out, securing the wedding party. Um, Quinric transforms back into his elf form and approaches you all and looks around and sees like the gardens are just like poisoned and rotten. And he plants his staff in the middle of the marble, glancing at the wreckage. And he says, "She's gone, but the ground here is poisoned. These roots, they've run deep. I'll see it. I'll see to it that the Morin gardens bear fruit again. I will cleanse this place." Um, Force Gray. Yeah, do you guys say anything to Quinric before we move on? You guys got anything to say to Quinric? You guys shake his hand. My shop's safe thanks to you, Lucy and I. On the Paladins of Tyr, I'll always lay my faith, of course. And he's just like, "What do you do there, Nimin?" And he's gonna turn to Brew and hold his arms open for an embrace. And my best friend, Brew. I couldn't have done this without you. You're the one that talked me into this. You liked me better when I was a dog. He's going to laugh at that and say, "Of course, I'm a fierce fight. I'm a fierce pack fighter when I'm in my wolf form. My dire wolf form. I'm sure, living up to my reputation finally." And then the Force Gray, the Shadow Blades, the scout operative, and he's gonna walk up to you guys, and she's wiping her blade clean, and she smirks at you, and she says, "Guess the invitation was worth it after all. Still, she didn't fight like someone who thought she would lose." Um, I think that there's probably more out there. Uh, thralls that escaped in this area. I should probably fan out and help get wrap it up. They collapsed when she died. What she's really saying is that she thinks that there's fleeing cultists. There was a bunch of cultists in Morin. Not everyone who went to the wedding is evil, but most of them were cult members. Like they were there because they were looking forward to the return of the Bone King. And then he falls down. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, so yeah, yeah, they're celebrating the adventures and all of you guys. Yeah, they're glad that they're still a little bit drunk from the food and drink, but they're coming out of their haze, their control, especially now that the Lich Queen is gone. You guys do still see like some residual tear in like the fabric of reality above the Morin estate. Um, and just as you kind of like look up and see that, uh, Sir Dane and the cleric is going to approach Lucian and they'll ask you to help in prayer to heal some of the guests here. Uh, yeah, he says they'll live, but many here will it'll many here will wake to a city they no longer know if they wake at all. Um, so he's gonna help you organize an escort for the survivors to the Temple of Tyr. Um, you guys get everyone together and start healing people and getting them ready. The Yeah, what are you thinking of doing? We're almost done. You guys had a lot of allies. We got to go through the cutscenes. You do see remaining pieces of the crown. Roll me a stealth. Hmm. Yeah, so you managed to stealthily do that. You walk past the cleric, sister, whatever her name was. I forget her name, but she's gonna walk up, and she's already begun gathering the dead into a line, folding their folding their arms and her hands in prayer. And she says to the group, "They deserve more than to rot in this place, and we'll see to it that they are remembered for who they were, not what she made them." Um, she's going to ask if you guys will help her in a mass remove curse on the area to ritually cleanse any lingering spores or just general undead. All right, everybody, give me a religion check. Oof. $5 foot long. So the cleric and the paladin are basically the ones in charge here, but you guys do join in. It's not much help, but you are there in spirit. Um and you do notice that the giant rift in the sky after you do that starts to like fade in and out and is like flickering. Um and then the Silver Flame Adventurers Guild, Rana Vex, uh her hammer rests over her shoulders, uh her eyes scanning the shadows, and she says to the group, "You realize this was just a wedding rehearsal, right? You know, this is like if there is a lich, if there is a lich," and she points to the sky. "You've only just kicked open the door. You know those things don't tend to stay dead." Good. All right. Um, let me. So, within minutes of the fighting ending and all of that happening, you guys begin to see Harper agents slip into the wreckage with quiet efficiency, a career of scavengers. They move in pairs, one watching and the other filling sacks with whatever they can fill at the Morin estate. No one talks about it, but you know this is how operations get paid for. Nimin, you quickly recognize the system. You've done it before. The good stuff will be fenced before morning. All the gold will find its way into the Harper safe houses and the black market contacts. As you guys are watching, a Harper agent grins to Nimin as they slide a jeweled knife into a satchel, and he says, "Nothing wrong with taking a little cut of justice, eh?" I want you each to roll a d12, and I will tell you what you get out of the loot originally. But each day that you're in Waterdeep, you can roll a d12, and we will decide what you get for 3 days. So this is your you you get a. I'm just gonna put 7 into chat. You get oops. Lucian, you get a purse of assorted gems. Roll a d8, and they're worth 50 gold points each. And you said 9. You get an alchemical kit, occultist alchemical kit containing rare ingredients. Value is about 200 gold to a alchemist or prisoner. Dangerous to handle without gloves on, so make sure just to be careful. You got an 8. That's good because you are the strongest one. You get a small chest of platinum bars, 6 stamp bars, each worth 100 gold pieces. Total 600 gold. It's 45 pounds and obvious to carry. And Nimin, what did you roll? You got a 12. You receive a silver and onyx circlet. It's elegant but clearly ceremonial, worn by the Morin bride centuries ago. It's worth 300 gold pieces. Give me the second you pick it up, give me a DC wisdom saving throw. Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw. But yeah, it's a cursed item. Yeah. Yeah, all right. So you managed to stave off the nightmares, but you can tell that this thing gives you the heebie-jeebies. And each day you have it, like every morning you or every night when you go to bed with it, if it's still on you, I need you to roll again. You don't know that it's cursed. You're just okay, so there's just a little bit of meta there, you know. Um it's that's the I don't think it's evil. No, it's just it is cursed. Alright, now let me roll. So this is I created a rumor and fallout table for the post battle at the House Morin. So each day that we're in Waterdeep, like for the next 3 days, you guys are gonna roll for loot. But for each day that you're in Waterdeep, we're gonna get new rumors, and the rumors that start spreading right away is that the wedding guests they never came home. Neighbors start to whisper about missing nobles who attended the wedding and never returned. Some suspect foul play. Others believe the guests were part of something dark. Families of the missing begin hiring investigators or mercenaries to start figuring out some answers. What do you guys do after the battle, and what do you do at the estate? Like, what's going on now? What would your party do? You do have a short rest. You could short rest before you lead. You're gonna lead a group back to um the no, she's no longer poisoned. Yeah, that would have. So basically, what I see happening is almost like a funeral procession. You're taking all of the dead and all of the injured to the holy house of Tyr. So you guys basically will end your night um, there at the holy hands. You're being watched there. You're able to take a rest there if you want, or you can return um, back to the safe house. It's up to you guys what you want to do. All right. Well, take a huge inspiration for that. Your god smiles fondly on you. Um, they start to talk about what happened to you. They're asking you questions about like how did you know to protect yourself when that happened when she cast that spell at you? What happened? So Tears summoned the blue flame. That is a powerful magic, one that you'll need training in. Without it, it could be dangerous. We have reports, and you match quite distinctly to the reports of an exploding blue paladin. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that event, do you? Until you can control it, you will be cloistered here, and we will train you. We cannot have you out on the streets, especially now. There's a lot of distrust out there. We need all the trust we can get to rebuild, to shake the nobles out of the clutches of House Morin. Um, so yeah, they, it's just three random orphans. They don't know, not off the top of their head, not without doing some digging. They will look into it for you, but you're not to leave the holy hands until you can control this uh, gift of Tyr or whatever it may be. What do the rest of you do? What what would Nimon do? So you're helping Harper's. So you help load some stuff up and fence away a couple things, write a couple letters to some fences that you know, just to let them know ahead of time. Hey, we're gonna be bringing a lot your way. Um, okay, Brunera, what do you do? Okay. Oh yeah, you're gonna go. Okay, yeah, you go back and find the shriveled up wizard. You return to the house Morin after burying dead bodies, and you like crawl through the wreckage, and you're like, I know he's around here somewhere, and a little bit of searching, you find his corpse, and what's going on? Yeah, with that last little bit, you feel a sense of completion. You feel like Star Wars Jedi style, like your ancestors standing behind you, pleased with your actions today. You are a true warrior. All right. Okay. Malara, what do you do? And Quinric. So you go. Yeah, your goddess does come to you in your dreams that night. As you lay down to rest, you do see her at the tranquil pond, and what she does for you is she cures the curse of your bow. She takes the bow from you and dips it into the cool waters, and when it comes out, it is aglow with moonlight, and that item is no longer cursed. All right, guys. I think that's where we're gonna call it there for the night. We did quite a bit of battling. That was the largest battle I've ever run. Um, I'm glad I didn't kill you outright. Yeah. Then you got up there. But like I said, you guys are in Waterdeep. There's a lot that's still happening. The city's in turmoil. There's watchmen everywhere. What's the deal with those guys? There's a there. What's the deal with Brew? Exactly. Is Brew ever gonna come home? Maybe we'll have yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, what that's understandable. You've been chasing this man all over the place, and this was your mission, like out of all of it. Yeah, sure, saving Waterdeep was great, is good, I guess, but you know, we'll have to figure that out. Yeah. But if we're still in Waterdeep, there's still some stuff to go on. I'll get to writing some. Maybe we'll do some more political stuff if that kind of suits your fancy. Um, but every single day that you spend in Waterdeep for the next 3 days, we'll roll for loot to get you loot from from House Morin, and there will be more rumors and fallout that happens from this huge battle. You know, because you what? No, you don't. You don't level up. I think maybe another session we can get you a little bit. Where are you at now? You're at 6 now. You're at 7. Yeah. So give me another session. I'm practically a demigod. I'm practically a. You're God. A level 14 paladin would be amazing. Um, yeah. Let's give it a little bit more time and a little bit more RP. You guys are on a good path now, though. Once we start doing high level stuff, though, you realize that there's not really much. Like even this fight, like you didn't fight a lich because I think that honestly would have probably killed all of you. But you fought you fought a lich's aspect. You know they're giving them mortal their power, kind of like the god of death. There was a in Baldur's Gate there was an aspect for each of the evil gods. It's kind of the same deal. Um, Nimin, with the crown in your possession, you can still feel like there is still the lich still exists in another dimension, and it almost came through today. Like you know that like it the Lord of Bones almost stepped through that portal had you not taken that shot when you did. Um, and so you do feel a lot of like residual spookiness going on, but you know that for now everything's good. You know you've done it. That doesn't mean forever, but for now. Yeah, that's all that matters to Nim. I love it. Any other questions, comments, or concerns before we wrap up the night? Oh, nice. A paladin sister. Might have to. Right, right. Thieving. Yeah. Okay, I love it. We'll have to get together a little bit. Maybe she's in Baldur's Gate. You know. Yeah, that would be so good. Yeah. Oh man. Cool. We'll have to work it in. We'll have to work it. Any kind of backstories that you wanna drop my way or expand on your character. Just give me little hints, and we'll try to work them into the story as much as we can. We avenged Bruce's father's death. We've searched for Moonbow cleric items. We've stolen shit, and Lucian got superpowers. So I think we're on a good path there. This has been a great story, guys, to tell. Um, it really has been a lot of fun. You guys are really good with this creative uh, co-opting co-opting Geico commercial. Yeah, you've been great at like writing it with me, because as much as I write, you guys are really helping me, steer the direction. I didn't have a lich when we first started. There wasn't a lich. It was just you had a wagon. So we wrote this together. We really did do a lot of this together. So it's been a blast. I appreciate you staying up late tonight and hanging out with us. Yeah. So next time we'll do some more Waterdeep stuff, and we'll decide what you guys want to do, and we'll take it from there. All right. Much love to you guys. You're welcome. Have a good night. All right, folks at home, that's where we're going to call it for the night. And I'm actually going to remember to get the VOD this time. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I'm glad I didn't accidentally murder everyone. I'm glad that was pretty well balanced. It was a little they did a lot of role play to gather allies, and the allies really turned the tide of battle, but it played out very thematically. It played out with the theme of the story, rallying Waterdeep, presenting their evidence, rallying Waterdeep, convincing a lot of high powered people to sacrifice some adventures and some help to attack the Morin estate. I think it really played well into the story. Yeah, so that's what, like I said, that's what we're gonna call it. I've been VictorBot. You've been my loyal human followers. Thank you very much for joining us. If you're watching the VOD and you made it all the way through, level up. Okay, just level up your character. If you're watching the VOD, you get a level up. Players don't get a level up, but you, the viewer, you guys get level ups. Congratulations. Use those wisely. All right, see ya.